We've got bad news, guys. The brand new Dead Space remake that's just came out today does not support the Steam Deck. No! Let's get into it. Let's talk about why not. It's a real shame, and let's just get into it. I'm Blaze2K. If you want more Steam Deck content on your YouTube homepage every day, please, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, click the bell icon, and maybe check the link in the video description and the top comment of this video for my favorite Steam Deck accessories. I've linked you to an Amazon list where you can go check it out. I'm always adding stuff to it, so bookmark it, share with friends. Anyways, let's talk about why Dead Space, the remake, isn't coming to Steam Deck. So I caught wind of this on TheVerge.com today. I saw the article and I just face-palmed. The Dead Space remake doesn't support the Steam Deck, and that's a shame. You'll need a next-gen console or a conventional PC. Now, this is one of the few... Now, I'm going to blame EA for this, I think. I'm guessing, is it an EA game? I'm assuming it is. Because EA owned the franchise or whatever, right? EA, again... What is it with Electronic Arts trying to screw people out? Now, we've had an issue for months and weeks and months with certain EA games being broken on the Steam Deck because EA pushed out a massive update to their game launcher, their standalone game launcher, that just broke support for the games that they have listed themselves on Steam. It makes no sense to me, and yet again, they're screwing us out of playing the new Dead Space remake. Why won't it run on the Steam Deck? Why are they not letting it run on the Steam Deck? We're going to get into it in this article. Anyways, let's get into it. So here it is, Dead Space remake. It's rebuilt from the ground up, brand new, next-gen graphics, slightly different storyline, the way all the cutscenes and stuff are. It's going to be slightly different, but I've been kind of looking forward to playing this, actually. So let's see why it's not working on Steam Deck. So the Dead Space remake is a very good game, and if, like me, you haven't sprung for a next-gen console, you'll need to play it on PC. But Dead Space is a series I find much more fun with a controller than a mouse and a keyboard, and I'd probably agree with that. I've developed an attachment to couch gaming over the past few years, so I hoped I might be able to get it run on my recently acquired Steam Deck, which would easily provide both. Unfortunately, publisher EA has told The Verge that the remake doesn't support the Steam Deck, and my own experience backs that up. You've got to be freaking kidding me, EA. It's like, whenever there's something good that people want to play, or whenever there's something good, and EA has their slimy, dirty hands on it, you know they're going to ruin it. They always do. They've got a long history of ruining stuff that people are just excited about. And it feels like, this feels a little bit more annoying than usual, because it feels like they went out of their way to make sure it doesn't run or not supported on the Steam Deck. Anyways, Steam listed Dead Space's support level as unknown when I got my review key for the remake, and just because that game is listed as unknown doesn't mean it doesn't work. Chances are it does work most of the time, and out of an abundance of optimism I gave it a try. The game proceeded to protest this decision in every way it could. It stalled several times on the initial loading screen, and when I eventually reached the introductory cutscene and the game's opening level, they stuttered constantly on the lowest graphical settings. Despite all of that, I thought I might make things work, but then I entered an elevator after the first enemies appeared, and it either crashed or permanently froze every single try. I ended up playing the game on my desktop, where with an NVIDIA RTX 2070 graphics card it worked just fine. Some dedicated Steam Deck user might find a way to get the game running after launch, but it certainly doesn't seem to be designed for the device. It's not too surprising that a next-gen console game can't run on a handheld PC, but the question wasn't settled before launch, and the remake Steam requirements aren't all that intense. All you need is an AMD RX 5700 or GeForce 1070 graphics card and a solid-state drive, among other specs. For now, if you really want the Dead Space on your Steam Deck, you can always go back to the original 2008 game. So there you have it from The Verge. The specs are not that demanding. There's other games that are more demanding than this game that work just fine on the Steam Deck, that can manage at least a stable 30 FPS. What's frustrating to me is they've reached out to the EA, or EA has reached out to The Verge and says, our game isn't supported, or doesn't work on the Steam Deck. It's almost like it's an intentional kick in the teeth. And what annoys me about this is EA knows people play their games on a freaking Steam Deck. Them and Valve have been working together for the last couple of months to try and get games working on the Steam Deck. PlayStation's first-party development studios have went out of their way to make sure their games are at least somewhat playable on the Steam Deck. You know, just about every major developer has. And the Dead Space remake has been in the works for a while. I mean, it's running on 1070s, a 1070. Why can't it work on the Steam Deck now? I'm gonna not get too animated here. I mean, there is a chance, there could be a chance that maybe it's just a Proton compatibility issue. Maybe GE Proton, one of the people that maintain the GE Proton build, will put out an update that just drastically improves performance. We've seen it before. But the way that EA reached out to The Verge says, no, our game doesn't work or isn't supported on the Steam Deck. It's just laziness. And it almost feels a little bit intentional. It's probably not intentional. Let me know in the comments what you think. But it just frustrates me. EA, again, every other publisher, every other studio is aware of the Steam Deck and at least makes some sort of effort. Even if they don't make an effort, games still seem to run just fine on the Steam Deck to a certain level, right? So for this game to work just fine on a 1070, it doesn't have any inherent bugs or issues with performance for anything else. Just the Steam Deck. Makes no sense to me. Anyways, I'm really peeved off. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is one of the games I was actually looking forward to playing on the Steam Deck handheld. It doesn't look that intense. It looks like you could dial the graphics down pretty well. I mean, if you can play the freaking Callisto Protocol on the Steam Deck just fine at 30 FPS to 40 to 50. Why not the Dead Space remake? It doesn't look that much better. If anything, it looks worse. I don't know. I'm getting annoyed by just thinking about it. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Sad news, but hopefully, fingers crossed, there might be some hope on the horizon, right? Maybe Valve push out a Proton update to Proton Experimental, or GE Proton puts out an update that hopefully optimizes this. I'm sure there's going to be groups of people working on this to try and make it and get it working the best it can. But maybe it's an issue with AMD graphics cards. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm really curious to know what you think, actually. I'm going to be keeping an eye on the comment section on this video all night. Anyways, guys, take care. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm Blaze2K, and I'll see you in the next Steam Deck video. And remember, please like, subscribe, click the bell icon for more Steam Deck content on your YouTube homepage every single day. And also check the link in the description and top comment of this video for my favorite go-to list of Steam Deck accessories to take your Steam Deck to the next level. I always update it, so bookmark it and maybe even share it with friends. Anyways, guys, take care. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. If you want to support the channel, please click join down below, become a member, and get some cool emojis to use on YouTube. Bye.